And how does this name come?
I'll
Because
talk
I
about
have seen advisor is AD, but it was ED.
Yes.
So how does it comes into your mind?
We have built now an AI-powered company, AI-powered product, which engages with students the minute they inquire about a university and keeps that engagement going till the last point, till they actually enroll in the university, and even beyond that to an extent in the onboarding journey and so on. So we act as the student's advisor, and that's where the name comes from. Like ED is for education, and then advisor.
Okay. So I may like to talk to a counselor more rather than an AI.
Makes
when
sense.
it comes to voice call.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the WhatsApp or the Instagram chat or the other things. Those are fine. Those are fine things to go ahead with. But do you think that the AI call will work? Do you shortlist universities also for students within the same?
We can help students shortlist universities, correct?
Okay.
So our entire model is trained for some of the partners that we work with on 500 plus universities.
Let's say I'm an agent who only do. I'm not asking as a university now, as an agent now.
Okay.
I only do UK, US and France, for example. But the lead has came for Germany. Okay. So what does your AI do now?
Okay. So it depends on how do you want to work with that lead.
Okay. Now the most important question when we tends to use any software with any company, what about the data? Or how secure is the data?
That's a beautiful, amazing
That's
question.
the main question for everyone, not just
It
for
has
me, but for everyone you are going to sell.
And it has to be. Data security and compliance, I believe, has to be central when buying any software.
Yeah.
So
That's great. It sounds like a very good product. I think I might be one of your customers very soon.
I would love to have you on board with it.
Hi everyone, my name is Mudit Pandey. I am the co-founder of My Admission Card and president of CIVI Foundation. And as you know, we bring some or the other solution related to industry in our YouTube channel every time when we met. So today I am glad and happy to have Mr. Jan from Advisor in our show today. So hi sir, how are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me over.
No, that's the pleasure is all mine. So can you just brief a bit about yourself before we start?
Definitely.
So that, because that obviously affects what the solution you have bought. We'll talk about it later on, but what's your background?
Okay, so I'm Atishay. I am the co-founder and CEO of Advisor. In terms of background, I come from Kota, Rajasthan. It's a city where we are surrounded by education through and through since childhood. Born and raised in Kota, then went to IIT Bombay for my graduation.
One of the best IITs.
Yeah, thank you. It is indeed one of the best. I did mechanical engineering over there. 4 years were lovely. Was manager of TechFest, which is one of Asia's largest science and technology festival. And we did a lot of stuff over there along with academics. Post IIT, I think I graduated in 2017. Worked for about a year here in Noida itself.
No.
Yeah, and then I decided to do an MBA at IIM Calcutta.
So okay, so the best combo you going for IITs, IIS छोड़ दिया बस आपने.
Dad ने बोला था कर लो, but I don't think it's my cup of tea.
Okay.
But so MBA was, I did a general MBA from IIM. It's very fun to be in IIMs. The classes are amazing. You learn a lot from your peer groups. Post MBA, I joined BCG, did a lot of consulting for some time, and then worked in the industry, in the product and software industry for about 6 years. Very recently jumped out of the job and employment scene and started Advisor with one of my co-founders and brothers actually.
Okay.
So yeah, now we are building Advisor, which is a AI-powered tech platform in the higher education space.
Okay, so these IITians are you always have this hack of founding a solution to something? जहाँ जाओ वहाँ IITian एक solution ढूंढ रहा होता है.
Trust me, we are built to solve problems. I think IITs unlock this in our mind somewhere.
Okay,
कि आप जाओ problem solve कर दो.
But that's great. That's contribute to the society and to the country indirectly, directly in many ways.
Yes.
So if I talk about Advisor, your new company, what is the gap that you are looking to fill?
Okay.
Exactly क्या है ये?
Understood. तो
And how does this name come?
I'll
Because
talk
I
about
have seen advisor is AD, but it was ED.
Yes.
So how does it comes into your mind?
Understood. I think one of the key problems that we were looking at when I was speaking with Bhaiya about this is that there is the university admission teams today are struggling with getting students enrolled.
Okay.
Earlier, a student would come after a university. That's still the case for the premier universities, Ivy Leagues, and top universities. But a large section of universities, colleges, etc., are chasing students these days. And students need counseling. They need an admissions counselor or somebody in the university teams to talk to them, guide them about the process, tell them more about courses, curriculum, the fee structure, placements, and so many other things we as a student would have wanted to know, right?
Always.
So that's the role of an advisor, the AD advisor. And when we thought about this problem that a lot of seats are not filled in universities, students want to talk to universities, there is a gap in the inquiry that comes in versus the conversions that are happening, and also the quality of student that a university wants to take in. So for a lot of new universities which are recently setting up, colleges which are new, they want to focus on quality because the first few batches determine how your future looks like.
Absolutely.
Correct? Placements kaise honge, the type of students you bring in will drive that, and vice versa as well. The next batch then looks at the placements and they look at the research that you're publishing, the diversity of the batch. So it's very important for these universities to make sure they take in the right student, but then they also fill their seats. So a lot of these problems that we were looking at as a part of this industry, we have been in this industry for 12 years now. So we were looking at these problems of qualification, of conversion, of engagement of the student. And then we thought we should make something. We should try and solve this problem for universities and colleges, and then coaching centers, consultancies, and everybody else. So I think that's where we have built now an AI-powered company, AI-powered product, which engages with students the minute they inquire about a university and keeps that engagement going till the last point, till they actually enroll in the university, and even beyond that to an extent in the onboarding journey and so on. So we act as the student's advisor, and that's where the name comes from. Like ED is for education, and then visor.
Okay. So just say if I'm a student,
Yes.
but you are a university, and you have gave me the system. So when I pinged it on the chat box of a university, what will happen next?
Okay, so let's imagine the journey, right? Say you are a normal university today. When you run ads on Meta, Google, or there is an interface, you are doing a lot of SEO and organic campaigns. Students visit your ads or they visit your website, and then you start to generate leads, right? And that's basically them engaging with either your Meta or your they will fill a form on the website that they are interested. Most of these can be data which is not good, like the conversion percentages from Meta and Google is really bad in the industry, right? It's a very well-known fact in the industry that it's bad leads.
A lot of money goes in vain, actually, and then the bandwidth of counselors also.
Yes, right. Now when I'm getting bad data in, bad lead in, like you said, counselors need to spend a lot of time in speaking to those students, qualifying those students, check out whether they are interested or not in the first place, and if they are interested, are they eligible or not?
And moreover, if it's a qualified lead also or not. Like a lot of time the students said, I have not inquired at all.
Exactly. Like a student, or it is possible that they filled something 3 months back, 2 months back, and we are looking at now because we just didn't have the bandwidth to do it in the first place, right? And this aggravates, this problem becomes much worse in the intake seasons. So for let's say universities abroad, September or the next intake, January intake, right? Or in India, the intake is coming up right around the corner, post the 12th exams in JEE and all the regional exams. You have thousands of students inquiring, but you only have 20-30 admission counselors and advisors who can talk to these students. And then you have leads coming in from Meta, Google, and all other channels. So for a normal university without any tech solution, this becomes a nightmare. Number one, they're speaking to the wrong students, unqualified students. Second, they are doing 100 calls per day, probably figuring out like 4 people who are actually genuinely interested. And then because the volume is huge, you are hoping that you find those 4 students immediately, so that you can go to the next 4 students and the next 4 students and fill your batch for this year. What if there were solutions which would help you qualify these leads? Which would bring those 4 students, 4 really interested qualified students right on your table in a dashboard, so that your counselors can actually counsel those students instead of just trying to sell now. Engage with them. Tell them, hey, yes, we have these courses. What are you interested in? Right? Guide them properly, nurture them till they actually enroll in the university. So the solution that we sort of are building, the partner universities, how they are using is, they would run their leads through our solution.
Okay.
We primarily are focused on voice chat solutions today, but for engagement and conversion, the entire funnel. So we will narrow down the funnel for our partners. It starts right at the minute where a student, let's say, engages on their Instagram. So our chatbots is a unified chat ecosystem that we have built, which is very empathetic, first of all. So a university can configure it, and it sounds very much like a human talking to a student.
Okay.
It would have pauses, it would have emotional excitements, it would praise the student or guide them, nurture them properly. And it is consistent on Instagram, WhatsApp, Meta, and their website. So wherever a student is, the profile keeps on getting nurtured till they actually then start and register, let's say.
Okay.
Once they are registered, their entries, let's say in our CRM now, we immediately can trigger voice calls. Now, we realized when we were working with some of our customers and partner universities, partner study abroad consultancies and so on, that the first 8 seconds is your attention span. Instagram, for all it has done, it has brought down our attention span from minutes to seconds.
Okay.
Right? And if I engage with the university ad right now, I will get 20 more ads as a student.
Yes.
And I will engage with all of them.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right?
That's very true.
Because I as a student can go to all of those 20 universities. So the university is now competing with other universities, but also with Instagram. And you have to be very fast. When I am top of the mind for a student is the right point to start that conversation, the first conversation. That's where we come into the picture. Because a counselor has 20 other things on their plates. But us as a system can immediately trigger a call, drop them a message on WhatsApp saying that, hey, we just saw that you are interested. We are here to help answer questions, check for their eligibility if there are, let's say, criteria, provide scholarship related details if the student is interested, help them with loan, visa, other details for study abroad related information, or in general curriculum related guidelines.
Okay.
Right? So this entire thing can happen on the AI voice call or a WhatsApp message.
Okay. For a WhatsApp message, I do understood.
Yeah.
The way you said, like, it's empathetic.
Yes.
Okay, so it make a student feel that he's talking to someone as a human.
Correct.
Who's sitting at the other end.
Yes.
But don't you think so? It would be a challenge when it comes to a voice call, because then a student will easily realize that this is someone who is not human.
Yeah.
And because this, let's say as a student I'm talking right now, for me going abroad is like going to somewhere which I have not seen and will neither be able to see till the time I reach there. It's all the data which is available on the internet. I have to rely on that.
Yes.
So I may like to talk to a counselor more rather than an AI.
Makes
when
sense.
it comes to voice call.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the WhatsApp or the Instagram chat or the other things. Those are fine. Those are fine things to go ahead with. But do you think that the AI call will work?
So there are 2-3 different ways in which we are helping our customers with this. You are correct in stating that people probably don't want to talk to an AI. And that's where the better your solution is, the better it works for the university. So our voice calls today sound exactly like a human. They have pauses like I have. They have filler words like, we say, yeah, let me see, right? Things like those. We have trained and configured our AI voice to make sure that it mimics humans in conversation to an extent that there is background noise, it will cough in the conversation, you will feel there is modulations, it goes up and down. So you feel like you are actually speaking to a human. And we have done trials with students, real students, who couldn't figure out in the first 5 minutes that it was an AI call.
Okay, so before launching this product, you have done the whole background thing.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
you have made a trial, you have done things up. Okay.
Because when we want to solve a problem, we can't do it half-heartedly. I think I come from a very core problem-solving mindset.
Okay.
So if I'm doing it,
So your degree itself tells it. IITs and IIMs are the ones who loves to solve the problem and not just solve it the right way.
yes, yeah.
So if I just say one more question, if I'll throw it to you on the same thing, when it comes to what are the parameters that you consider to ensure that it's a qualified lead? Because
ensure
look,
it's a
when
qualified
somebody
lead?
goes abroad, budget is number one.
Correct.
Number two is the course. Number three is the ranking, for example.
Yeah.
Number four is fooding availability or something. Number five may be accommodation.
Yes.
So, what are the parameters that you check when a student chat comes in or a voice call comes in?
Okay.
And how do you sort it out to make sure that when I received a lead as a university or a study abroad consultant, it's a qualified lead?
Made sense. That's a good question again. So for study abroad consultants and for global consultancies that we are working with, very large players out there, they have given us 8 to 9 parameter checklists that we are working on. Now again, this is 100% configurable. You might want to qualify students for France and Germany, which have different requirements, versus USA or UK or Australia, where the landscape changes drastically. Your visa requirements, interview requirements, everything changes, right? So you need to make sure that the student fits in the eligibility. Even before, as a counselor, I start and spend time on that student, right? Or they're interested at all. So we check for the countries they're interested in, the courses they want to do. If it's a master's course, what is their undergraduate degree percentage, CGPA, 10th, 12th if they're going from India, let's say on a bachelor's, IELTS PT, budget, right? In fact, we have real-time eligibility checks where we go back and evaluate all of this and tell the student whether they are eligible for that particular country course or not. I have not seen any other AI product in the industry today, in this particular industry. It's a very small industry.
Do you shortlist universities also for students within the same?
We can help students shortlist universities, correct. So our entire model is trained for some of the partners that we work with on 500 plus universities and all the courses they offer, where if a student asks, hey, this is what I can do, can you help me with the universities? We will bring them a very limited set of universities, like a normal counselor does, right? So that they are not confused, but they know these are the 10 universities that are good for them to apply based on where they stand in the eligibility process and interests.
Okay, so one more very important question. Let's say I'm an agent who only do, I'm not asking as a university now, as an agent now.
Okay.
I only do UK, US and France, for example. But the lead has came for Germany. Okay, so what does your AI do now?
Okay, so it depends on how do you want to work with that lead.
Okay.
Because in the system, we know that the lead is interested in, that the student is interested in going to Germany, right? Now, how would you as an agent engage with that student? Do you then tell the student, hey, we don't do Germany, but let me connect you with somebody else who does? That's one approach. Or internally, you process that lead for Germany, work with another agency who does it. Or third, because you can qualify that student for Germany and then work with somebody else. Or the third thing could be that, yes, you are interested in Germany. We don't do Germany right now, but I have 2 really good universities in UK where you might still want to consider.
Okay,
right?
That's great.
Because that just nudges the student in exploring another direction which may work for them. They may or may not be interested. It's completely up to the student at one point. But it does 70 to 80% the work a counselor can do in qualifying, nudging, giving the information to the student which we feel is important.
Converting anyways an inquiry into a lead and then lead into a qualified lead.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, it's actually 80% of the job done, to be honest.
That is the value we are seeing. 75% of a counselor time which they
Because
spend on
counselors
calling
are
and
very expensive today, and a person has to set up 2 teams, one only for calling
Yes.
and taking out the qualified leads, then
Yes.
one only for counseling.
Yes,
So this
yes.
is taking the cost way much higher than it was supposed to be earlier.
Yes.
In study abroad industry specifically, if
Yeah.
I talk about.
there were days when you would get good leads.
Yeah.
Now everybody is getting the
Getting-
same types of
So
student
just
leads.
say if I go more deep into this and I ask you some more questions about your product, is it based on API or what kind of a platform does it use?
So why don't I show you what we have? You can just talk to the product live and see.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah, so why don't I show you how it works? Let me just quickly open our website and connect the agent.
So the same way the student will get connected to an agency.
Yes. So this is, so now we have this agent on our website which can talk to you and tell you about what we do at Advisor. So hey Arya, can you tell me a little bit about Advisor?
I see. You're talking about Advisor, right? It's kind of like having a calm, thoughtful friend on your website who can answer questions, guide people through what you do, and even remember the conversation if someone comes back later. No scripts, no robotic replies, just natural, human-like chats that feel helpful, not pushy. It's built for education and universities, so it knows how to talk about courses, admissions, or even late-night questions from students in different time zones. Does that sound like the kind of thing you're imagining?
Yeah, Arya, that does. But how can I see you?
You're already seeing me right here in this conversation.
She's intelligent too.
So yeah, so the platform that we've built is a fully native pipeline that we have connected. We support multiple AI LLM models. We support multiple STT TTS models, right? And the core entirely is written on our software, and that's where the power comes from as well.
So okay, so if I have to get integrated it on my website,
You can do that, yeah. We provide APIs. If you let's say you are a partner for Advisor, right? You want to subscribe to our services.
Just
It's a
tell me as an
subscription-based
agent
service.
first, because look, agent.
Correct.
There are a lot of agents who might be thinking right now how to use it.
Yes.
So let me think of as an agent. So can I get it integrated into my website, my WhatsApp, my Instagram?
Definitely.
And these are the 3 main places.
Yes. So
Or do I have to manually input all the leads that come in?
So you can directly integrate the agents that we build here, the AI agents, into all 3 channels: your website, Instagram, WhatsApp.
So if I'm
and
running an
more.
ad campaign,
Yeah.
it's get integrated into that.
It will get, so
Oh, wow.
anybody who comes in wants to talk to your WhatsApp or your Meta texts you on Instagram or drops a note on your Facebook, let's say, they can directly start engaging with the agent.
Okay.
And you can configure what kind of engagement this AI agent needs to do.
Because as a layman, I know like how to run a campaign.
Yeah.
Ad campaign on a
Yeah.
Facebook, so it can get integrated into that too.
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
It can integrate into that, and there
can
is even
filter
more.
leads.
So if let's say that student has filled in the lead, right? We know who that student is. Now I trigger a voice call. The agent remembers the conversation that happened on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, and then continues from there. So it knows that you were applying for Plymouth, let's say, and then it will start conversation on voice that, yeah, hey, Mudit, I know that you wanted to talk about Plymouth. Do you have any questions with respect to the courses that you want to pick up? Right? And you've just heard it. It sounds very human-like. There are multiple voices we support from our internal team.
Is the multiple language also do you support? Is just English?
Yes,
at the
we
moment?
support English, Hindi, and we are expanding to more
Okay.
languages
So the
very
two-
soon. Yeah.
These 2 are enough at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
If somebody is going to go abroad, he has to know the right level of
Correct.
English anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a qualified lead.
Yeah. So we are working with the universities in India, and for that we need to support more and more languages, and that's where we are expanding
Okay.
our footprints as well.
Okay. So the call is made over VoIP, the complete.
So there is multiple infrastructures. VoIP is there, SIP is there, telephony, normal.
Yeah. So all of them are there.
Yeah.
And the data backend is like I have a dashboard where I can see everything.
You can see everything that's happening. In fact, because we don't want your counselors to engage with multiple tools, that's also a very painful process, a headache for all counselors. Everything you do on this is at the back.
Okay.
All data gets pushed back into your CRM. We are not replacing it. The counselor then gets qualification information, summaries, all the fields that you need back in the CRM itself, and then they can store that lead automatically. So say we run calls this morning, right? Evening 3 p.m. when a counselor comes back from their lunch break or whatever, they know these are the 5 students that are qualified right in their CRM dashboard.
And they can straight away contact them.
They can just call them again that, hey, you just had a call with one of our junior team members or AI
we are
powered
a specialist here.
Yeah, and I'm a specialist.
specialist.
Let's continue this conversation. A quick 10-minute conversation with the right person. Now they're already saving 80% of their time. But imagine the kind of conversion bump you get because you are spending that valuable counselor time only on the pre-qualified interested lead. Right? You don't need to talk to 100 other people now. You
Let's
talk
not
to
say
10
them
people.
leads, they are just inquiries.
Inquiries.
Yeah, just inquiries.
Yeah.
Because I'm fed up, because I am also in a study abroad agent too.
These are inquiries. These are interested students.
Interested
actually, right?
students actually.
These are all students with their important questions that need to be answered, and honestly, that's where we thought of this.
Yeah, but a lot of them are not even interested in students. They just click around and play around. So at least they waste a lot of time. So if we can save that time, and time is money, we all know that.
Yes.
So that would be of great help.
Yes.
Now the most important question when we tends to use any software with any company, what about the data? Or how secure is the data?
That's a beautiful, amazing
that's
question.
the main question for everyone, not just
It
for
has
me, but for everyone you are going to sell this product.
And it has to be. Data security and compliance, I believe, has to be central when buying any software.
Yeah.
So, I have worked in very large companies before I started Advisor, and we understood the importance of compliance the moment I stepped into this. Because of 2-3 reasons. First, we are serving global customers.
Yes.
You can't do UK and Europe without being GDPR compliant and having very strict data security, data governance protocols, right? So we have data servers in UK, Europe, USA, India, where we maintain complete data silos, GDPR compliant ways of securing, storing, accessing that data, right? Second, because we work in study abroad, university ecosystem, higher ed ecosystem in India, we understand that those inquiries are absolutely precious.
Yes, very
You
precious.
can't have leakages from one customer to another. So we've built our architecture and systems to ensure that that data stays securely in your account only. And if you want to access, like restrict governance, access controls, governance, even I won't be able to log into your system.
My next question
Yes,
was that.
even I won't be able to access your systems once you have control of that. So only when you want to have problem solving related questions, I will then need you to share access with me so that I can come and solve your problem, let's say if anything in the platform.
Okay, just like Microsoft do it. Like
Yes, it is absolutely secure, and we are expanding into US where there is even more stringent data governance laws because we are working with student data, right? So our security is top notch in that aspect.
So are there, like, just say I'm a student, I came in. A lot of questions are still with me, though I know you have kind of finished it. But if just say I wanted to share my documents with you. So then what your system will do?
In terms of?
In terms of, just say I want to share my 10th and 12th documents with you. And
so
just
there are a
see
few steps here, right? One, the student has to agree with some sort of a privacy policy, right? Because we are taking that data in, we also ensure that the student agrees for us to take that data in. That has to be governed through a privacy and data processing guardrails and guidelines. Second, once I have those documents, we store it in an Amazon S3 and secure locations, right? So only you are able to access it because that data has been provided for you and not for me, not for advisor. That data is coming to you as a college, university, or as a study abroad consultant. So the ownership lies with you again, while we are maintaining that internally. Once we are done with processing, that data gets put into your CRM where you are already storing that kind of details. And if you want, we can have data deletion timelines.
Okay.
So we delete all data that's not needed in 30 days, 60 days, however you want to configure it with us, so that it stays secure even beyond the work that we have done, the immediate use case.
Okay. So one very important question once again. How do you check the email ID and phone number that's provided by the student is right? do you do any kind of verification for the contact number?
So that depends from partner to partner. Normally, the inquiries that we are getting are from our customers and partners.
Okay.
We are not collecting inquiries directly.
Okay.
We are processing them for the use cases that we discussed, right? For as a counselor, you would want to call those numbers.
Yes.
So typically, Num Verify and all the other tools that exist out there are integrated into the CRM. If not, we can help with that.
Okay.
But typically, we get some sort of confirmation from the customers and partners that yes, you can work on these emails and phone numbers.
Okay. Yeah, because what happened a lot of time, a student put a wrong phone number and start chatting it up.
Yes.
Okay, and when we call that number, it doesn't even exist.
Correct.
So for that reason, I asked, like, do you have a solution?
So I can imagine if a student is putting in the wrong details on whichever platform,
and the lead will become.
It's an unqualified lead. It's a waste of time for the counselor, which now they don't need to engage with, because we have already called that number and identified that this number does not exist or it's somebody else's number, right? The person on the other side has said, hey, I am not this person you are calling. So the counselor doesn't need to call anymore. You have saved 2 minutes for that counselor. There would be 30 such leads. You are saving a lot of time for that counselor by engaging with tools like ours.
That's great. It sounds like a very good product. I think I might be one of your customers very soon.
I would love to have you on board with it.
So thanks a lot for coming to the show. It's solved actually a lot of queries for me, but I still have one more query to ask. Do you actually give a trial version of it or something to try upon before I say, yes, I want to try it. I want to go ahead with this?
Definitely.
Do you give a trial?
Definitely. And we work very closely with all of our partners during that trial period. सबके ट्रायल की रिक्वायरमेंट्स भी अलग अलग होती हैं, क्योंकि आप स्टडी अब्रॉड का ट्रायल चाहते हो, यूनिवर्सिटी कॉलेजेस किसी और का चाहेंगी, हो सकता है कोई ग्लोबली रिक्रूट करने का ट्रायल चाहते हो, इंडिया में बैठ के
ठीक है
मिडिल ईस्ट या अफ्रीका के स्टूडेंट्स पे ट्रायल करना चाहते हो, बिकॉज वी डू ग्लोबल.
It's happening. A lot of Indian universities are looking forward to students from African countries which speak French. Speak French, so they come to India to learn English, and then they go from India to foreign countries.
And इन सब केसेस में क्या है, these are very valid use cases, क्योंकि वो 2 बच्चों के लिए काउंसलर नहीं बिठा सकते जिनको वो लैंग्वेज आती है, but AI can still solve these problems. So we are doing trials with many Indian universities. हमारे POCs चलते हैं. We do small POCs, 1,000 to 5,000 leads, students, inquiries, जो भी अपन बोले. And in this POC, they affirm, they realize that yes, there is real value coming now. Many universities have seen that with us now. And second, they also understand how to better use this product. आपके लिए qualification करना है या आप end to end कर पा रहे हो, right? For example, we ran a few POCs last month with online course providers.
Yes, I was about to come. This was it's looked like you keep guessing my questions.
So we did POCs with online course providers in Bangalore and Delhi. And we realized that there we can actually solve for 80-90% of the sales and counseling process for a student. And they only need to transfer the call when it's like the final monetary conversations. Yeah, student is confused about something and he needs a human to, inculcate that confidence. So we did POCs. They were very happy with those POCs, and now they're customers.
Great.
Subscribing to services.
That solved my problem as well, because as I said, I would like to try your product.
Definitely.
So that goes ahead, and just wait, I'll give you the feedback of the product also once I use it.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Mr. Jan, for coming to our show, and if there is anything you want to share with the client, there is your camera.
No, I think this has been great. This has been great. I think what we are trying to do is get students to universities and universities to students.
Ultimately increasing revenue for everyone.
Yeah, and it is, and the students get the right universities because universities reach out to them faster, and they can make their mind where they want to study as well. So it's beneficial for both, and it also makes the university AI first.
AI
first. A lot of universities today are talking about AI. They are even thinking of introducing theoretical courses on AI. Tools and stuff. But you can't introduce a half-hearted superficial change. You need to adopt AI and then talk about it. जैसे practice before you preach बोलते थे पहले, चाणक्य भी बोलते थे.
Always.
Yes. So I think that's where we are helping universities with more AI adoption as well, and trying to marry a right student with the right university through multiple things that we do. So it's been fun. The journey is fun. We are doing a
Really,
lot.
best of luck for your journey, and
Thank you.
I think with this podcast a lot of inquiries will come to you,
I
and then
hope for
you
the same.
use
Yes.
the AI to make sure that they are
Yes.
qualified leads. So thank you everyone for listening to us today, and if you have any inquiry you can always drop in the comment box, and one of our team member will come back to you with that very soon. Thank you.